Hello there, everyone. I'm Eleanor Grace, and I'm coming to you today from London in the United Kingdom. So, we're going to look forward now to some live psychic readings, and I'm using cards here, which are the Rider Ways I'm using today. These are the very ancient cards and mostly widely used all over the world. But I'm only using those cards just as a trigger, really, because I do like to see what is in the crystal ball. And this little crystal here has got the blue agate running straight the way through it. It's beautiful. It's like lapis lazuli. I think that's how you say it. But it has got all of these lovely markings. And this I'm using to heighten all of that wonderful psychic energy. And this is what I use to connect through to you and also through to audiences as well, that I have here in the UK. And in a psychic audience, it's a live audience, as we've got live callers here today. And I will shout out names, I will shout out different circumstances, people, and events that may happen as well, to everybody. So this is what I'm going to do here with you today. So we're looking forward to our callers and looking forward to seeing exactly what I can see here into the crystal ball. And when I'm asked about how do you use it, how do you use the crystal ball, it's a very easy process. You look until you see a little tiny light in the center of the ball. And then you look again and see what that evolves, see how it expands in the center of the ball, and how you can see just that tiny light get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you may see spirit, you may see an initial, we may have some universal image, maybe perhaps like a car or an aeroplane or climbing some stairs. It's interesting to see. So perhaps you can grab yourself a crystal and try and exercise your third eye, this very strong psychic sense that we all have. And this third eye is here in the chakra in our head. And we've all got that intuition. So we just have to use a little bit of imagination and then we're there. So I think we've got our first caller here on the line. Hello there. Is that who am I speaking to? Hello, Carrie. Is it Carrie from Tampa?
Yes, Carrie from
Hello.
Tampa.
Hello, Carrie. Right, it's wonderful for you to come through. So we're going to have a look, first of all, I think today in your cards. So I'm just going to take one of these cards, and then another one, because we've got you feeling all sort of miserable here and really feeling as
Yeah.
though is that you? Is it? So you're walking away from distressing circumstances, difficulty that you have had to face all by yourself. I think that's been quite a trauma, Carrie. That's how I'm seeing the recent past. However, I think as well as the emotional trauma, I think as well you've had finances that have been precarious and that your wealth management, your money, your prosperity has in fact been under attack. It's like you've been frightened of losing things. Is that true? Is that what's happened with you, Carrie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? You are about to enter a new pathway in your life. This is exciting, I promise you, because you haven't had this before. This has never been a part of what you've dreamt of or what you thought might happen, but now it is. So it's almost as though things have been forced and that you had to lose those negative people. You had to leave
Yes.
that
Right.
difficult circumstance. Is that how you feel today?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So it's all been taken away, as if by magic. Somebody waved a wand one day and said, "No,
Yes.
this is not happening to you anymore, Carrie." And
That's right.
yeah, and it's elevated you, hasn't it? It's brought you up. It's lifted you up, and you're not going to feel sad and lonely and distressed anymore because you've got an
Okay.
escape and you've already gone through, you've broken that barrier now, and that escape route has happened. But I don't think that this is the end of the story because I do feel that you've got some battles here to win yet, but they're easy ones.
Okay.
It's a walk in the park for you. You have drawn the star card. I'm going to give it to you here. Now, the star card is about all those wonderful aspirations, those dreams, the hopes that we have, the wishes that we're making in our life, not just for today, but for tomorrow as well. And we're weighing everything up and seeing exactly how we can transform our future. Now, you're meeting somebody who will help you to do that because I have the King of Wands here. He's somebody that comes into your life as a savior, and he may already be there, or at least on the periphery of your existence at the moment, because you've got rid of all the difficulty, you've got rid of all the bad stuff, that's all gone. But you didn't really do that. It was taken from you. And that had to happen in that way because you wouldn't have done it, I don't think. I think you would have just stayed in the same situation and carried on and carried on. Do you think that's what would have happened to you as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we just get stuck, don't we? Just get stuck. However, excitement is here, ambition. You've got to remember that you've got to have that ambition for your life, for all the things that you want to do, for who you want to become, what you want to look like, how you sound, and how you feel inside. These are all really important steps for you. And I think that you're almost there because you've got truth. The truth is coming out. So there's still some things that you don't know about yet. And when you find these particular truths, you'll think, yeah, that's okay. I've just clicked that. That's just clicked into place. And I feel really happy that I don't have to worry or wonder or question anymore. Be assured that you've done the right thing and that you're feeling absolutely in control right now, but there is a man walking towards you, his open arms. It's like his sort of, here we go, I've got open arms and I want you to hold and to cherish and to love and
So
to
there's a guy that I've been talking to, and I'm wondering if that's the one you're picking up on because I sort of fell in love with this guy,
I
but
know.
I don't know if he feels anything towards me.
So did you September seems to be coming in as an important month. I
That's
I
when I
think
met
it's
him.
right, last September is what I was gonna say. I don't think it's this coming September.
Yes.
Okay, well, if it's September, that's when you met him, then I feel that's him because it's taking him some time now to really be able to express himself, his feelings, and what he wants for himself, and also to trust you. This is a man who doesn't have a lot of faith, I don't think, in women, and he has been let down in the past as well. Well, haven't we all? We all have. We've all suffered disappointment. We've all got to manage that expectation. But he, I think, has just taken his time. You've got to know him, you've got to know him, and now you've got to make a big decision. You have to make a maneuver. You have to maneuver your way towards him. Is he some distance from you? Is he living
Yes.
not yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes. He
you
lives in another state, about 12
okay, so
hours
you
away in a car.
oh
Um,
wow, that's a long way. You need to make arrangements though to go and see him, to be in his locality, to be around his
okay.
area, um, a visit, a holiday, a weekend, but you need to see where he is and understand his circumstances that he's living in with his friends, his family, his connections, where he goes every day, what he does every day, what his work is, where it is. You need to build that picture in his mind and your mind as well, so that two are in sync, so that you know exactly what you're doing with each other, you know which way you're going. You are going to find that the previous person in his life was, in fact, quite difficult, I think, for him, um, and gave him a great deal of sort of upset. And I think that that's got to be part of your understanding of his situation. But I do see
Yeah.
prosperity with the two of you. I think as long as you can get there to him, Carrie, and you can talk to him on his ground, on his terms, and in his particular position, then you're going to feel as though everything's okay and that you can carry on and go forward. You've got the Ace of Cups here. Now, this is a point in destiny. So, what I'm going to say to you is that you need to establish this connection with him really very quickly. Go and see him quite quickly. Don't take no for an answer from him. Don't be put off by, oh, well, let's do it later or let's do it next year, because your destiny is bringing in between now and this coming September a love that is going to be regarded as the permanent person in your life that you can rely upon. So you're falling in love here.
Do you think it's him or a different person?
Well, you have two different pathways. This is why I'm saying you have to put a time limit on him, because destiny is giving you another shot, is giving you a plan B if plan A fails. I think, yes, there's every possibility that it's going to be him. As long as you go and see him, you talk it through, you challenge him, you say, look, come on, what are we doing here? Is this a relationship? Are we going somewhere or aren't we? Sometimes you have to really establish where you are and be definite, and because that's you anyway, that's who you are, that's what you're like, and it's a really great uh, trait of yours to be able to be straightforward, easy to understand. You don't want to be messed around, but of course you've got hope and you've got feelings for this man and you care for him because it's been a long-standing dialogue between the two of you. But you need so much more than that. It needs to be getting you into a physical relationship where you're close by. And that's what destiny and fate, whatever you want to call it, your future is bringing to you. Is bringing to you a man who is local, who is on your doorstep, who is around you, ready to love you. And that's what you are going to feel is so captivating about this year. And it's an exciting time. You forget about the past. I mean, it's gone, it's history, it's your history. You've got some great memories, but some bad ones too. So balance it out. But you've still got this battle. And that's what I said to you from the cards, that it's a wonderful new beginning, but there's another battle to fight yet. And I feel that this
Yeah,
is the most one.
we had a fight. We had a fight like about 2 weeks ago, and we're talking. We didn't. We're not talking. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, so it's sort of breaking down a little bit, isn't it, for you? And yeah, I can understand that, because now you need to have some answers, don't you? You want to know if this is going anywhere and what you're doing. So don't back down. Just continue to challenge, continue to ask those questions because
Do
they're
you think
important.
he'll reach out to me?
I do think he will, and I also think that you have somebody else that will as well. There are two men here, and that's a great position to be in because it can give
Yeah,
you confidence.
it is.
Great position, and that's what I see. I think the battle is there with him, and you've got to go through that. You've got to get to the other side to see whether you want to carry on, to see whether you actually want to have this long distance relationship, and where is it going to go. So you've got to ask that question: where is this going to go? And if you're not happy with any of the responses that you're going to get, then you need to say, look, do you know what? I feel that I may just slightly turn a corner here and look at some alternative propositions. And there are invitations coming towards you, Carrie, and you have opportunities that are there for love. for romance and for friendship. So look at all of those levels of emotion. Go for friendship first. That's always the best option. But this is a man who's local to you. I do also have a lady in spirit with you. I have to tell you that she's come in. She's like a grandmother figure, but I feel that this may be your mother as well. Mm, there's a name as well beginning with C. I want to go to Claire or Clara. I'm not sure if that's for you, though. It may be for another caller. Do you have anybody in spirit with that name, first of all? Let me ask you.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Um, all right, Carrie. It may be that spirit is trying to say your name because you've got that
Yeah,
initial
right. It's
and the
close to my
spirit
name. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay, and I've just been told by my producer that both of my callers begin with C. So Spirit are coming in. They are diving into my show here today, which is great. Is your mother in spirit, is she?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
That's her. It's her. She's in. She's come in. She wants to say hi. Did she like horses as a lasso? It's like, somebody's
Yeah.
a rodeo or something. I mean, I don't know anything about that because I'm in the UK. We don't have rodeos, things like that here. So, did she do that? Was she interested in horses and lassos and
Yes.
stuff like? She was great. Well,
Yes.
she's giving you that there, Carrie, and the big C is for you. So much love for you, sweetheart. Really, really is. And I just want you to take that next turn into your future and don't be worried about who you're going to meet because there's millions of people on this planet and there's one for you. So I'm going to wish you the best and thank you so much for coming into the show and for your mum
Thank you.
and her lasso as well. That's great. It's fantastic. Okay, so on to my next caller now. Hello, hello. Who am I speaking to next?
This
Hello, is
is
that
Chris.
Chris? Hello, Chris. Hi. And you're another C, aren't you? So spirit are
Yes, I
with you.
am.
Okay, so spirit are with you as well. Now, Chris, immediately that I connect to your voice, I'm seeing a man in spirit who seems to be quite a younger man. I feel as though he's related to you, but not closely related to you. So there's extended family members and ancestors that are coming through. You are also, Chris, a very spiritual lady because I have angel souls, it's like wings here, and I'm seeing angels all around your name. So you are speaking to loved ones passed over. You are connecting to goddesses and to wonderful spirits as well who are coming close to you. And I do feel that this is a very precious time for you as well. Do you feel that yourself, Chris? I mean, do you meditate? Do you have that sense of being able to speak to those loved ones who have passed over, as I would, as a medium would? Is that something that you do already or that you want to do? Because what I can say to you is that you certainly have the ability to do that. There is this wonderful sense of peace within you. You've got a quiet mind. Now, does that resonate with you? Does that make sense to you?
I did a lot of that when I was younger. And
Okay.
then I guess as I got older, I don't know if I just talked myself
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah, you get on with your life, don't you? I mean, life takes over
Mhm.
from these things, but I think it's coming back. So I'm going to give you that because there's a wealth of wisdom that's already within you. And I think you are going to express that, Chris, within the next few years, whenever you're ready, but it's ready for you. So I need to give you that message. And the man that is standing here, this sort of younger man, he may be a brother, an uncle, but he's to the left of you. So he's somebody that is not directly in your line of ancestry. And I feel as though there's a Johnny or Jonathan that is around you. Do you recognize that name?
No.
Okay. I'm going to give that to you then because
Okay.
it's an it's an important connection. Sometimes a name is shouted out to me that isn't somebody who's passed over, but a name that you have to recognize as perhaps being a signal for you or a connection, like a mentor, as a signal from a physical person that gives you a direction. So you're taking a new direction. And I feel that that's very important. So look out for Jonathan, Johnny. Big, big
Okay.
changes that are in your life. Have you gone through that already? Because I feel as though there's everything's closed down in order for it to re-emerge. So a bit like the phoenix, you're really pushing
Yeah,
yourself again. Is that what's happening to you?
it's been a roller coaster ride. Like it's
Yeah.
I keep reaching out because I need change. I keep hearing and being told that there's change, there's something good coming, and I guess I'm kind of at the point where it's like, okay, prove it. When? And I see angel numbers all the time,
You see 8
and it's
numbers.
irritating. Yes,
Mm, okay. Well, that's why
constantly,
I
and it's
see
just like, please be clear.
okay. Well, that's why I see the angels around you all the time, and
Okay.
why they are there, and they're lifting you up, and they are about to show you really what is happening in your life. It's quite dramatic. I feel that there's going to be sudden news, sudden shocks and tremors, and a bit like earthquakes around you, not physical ones. Don't be scared. I'm not predicting anything that is going to happen to you. These are circumstantial elements that are very, very clearly indicated to you by angels with all the angel numbers, but also from your cards here. Let's just see what's in the crystal because I'd like to set some protection around you as well, which is what I'm doing now with this crystal. I also have influences being very particular, very special. um, I've already given you this Jonathan, this Johnny Jonathan. He is there, but there's a Stephen as well. So there's two people that I feel that you will encounter. They're on your pathway, and it's for you to really maneuver your situation, I feel. Very, very strongly. I'm going into a different sphere here. Mm. You're about to take a leap of faith. So I think that you're changing everything around you. I think everything is going to change your home, your work, your friendship base, your relationship as well. Have you just come out of a relationship here, Chris?
No, actually, I have a very strong marriage. That
Okay.
great. Job was not great. It was an awful experience that I dealt with for a very long time.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Okay. There is certainly a massive shift, and it will affect whole life where you are and how that is going to sort of come into your existence is one of those questions that you're asking the angels all the time. And I do feel that it's a transition, but it's your transition, it's your journey, and it's about how you are going to overcome obstacles now that are facing you. And those obstacles are really easy. It's a walk in the park, but sometimes we can imagine that everything is so much more difficult than we think. So look at here, Chris, at clearing your mind, clearing your thought process and just having a quiet mind. You do need to meditate. You do need to bring that back because there's too much worry and anxiety that's going on
Yes.
around and around in your head. And this is making you fearful of all the things that could happen and all the things that might happen. And yes, there is change, but it's controllable change. You are in control of everything that happens in your life. There isn't any mystery to it and there's no mystery to you either. Now, one of those angels that surround you is an archangel, and I feel that that's Raphael, the archangel of Raphael, who is making things happen and is bringing in prosperity and some opportunity for you to bounce over your career. I think that you should be working for yourself. There is a self prophecy here where you are able to understand a lot more than most, and that you can retrain, redirect your mind, your brain, your physical being into becoming somebody new. And that's exactly what you're going to do. And it's part of the changes that surround you here. So when we have this amazing opportunity, it's time to take it. It's time to be open minded and think, okay, I'm just waiting now at the train station. I'm going to get on to the next train. I'm going to make sure that I'm waiting at the stop, the right stop, to be able to take that next journey. And that's what's happening to you. And your life and your fate and destiny at the moment is being molded to suit you, to suit your wishes and to suit your pathway. So cosmic orders would be a great way for you to go forward and to really ask in many, many forms of the universe exactly what it is that you're wishing for. Your marriage is safe. It's not about emotions, relationships, or love. It's about a physical change of direction that you need to make happen. But it's more about you, Chris. It's more about you being in charge and actually demanding more from yourself and more from life. Now, I'm just going to take one last card for you because I feel that you have abundance, but sometimes you just don't know what it is or where it's coming from. And it's here. I've got the Three of Cups. So this is a time scale. Now, if you can see that there we are. It's the Three of Cups card. It's about looking at a future placement, perhaps in the next 3 weeks, 3 months. Life will turn around. Life will be good for you, Chris. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the
Oh,
show. I wish you all the best. And
thank you
if you
so
want any more information, psychic reading or an email reading, you go through to gracedestiny.com. That's my website. See you next week. Bye now.